Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with CLIPA. I'm Stacey Aguirre, Director of Sales and Marketing at CLIPA and Celebration Holiday Studio. And so we're here today with Frankie Morales from St. Nick's Holiday Decor. Is that what you're called? St. Nick's? What's your whole line? What's your whole
St. Nick's
title?
Christmas Lighting and Decor.
There you go. I was close. All right. So
Oh,
Frankie's with us today. If you're not sure, if you've never heard of CLIPA, we're the Christmas Light Installation Pros Association. We help business owners get into the Christmas industry at a residential type level. A lot of them go into commercial Christmas later on. We have training classes every month. Two online are coming up next weekend and then one in April. And then we have regional trainings coming up that are actually going to be in person around the country. So if you're interested, put your name in the comments down here and we'll go ahead and get back with you as soon as we can. But it's very affordable. It's a very small, it's $14.95 for two of your employees to be trained and certified for the residential Christmas CLIPA certification. So definitely look into it if you're looking to expand that part of your business. We have a whole team here to help any business owner grow and get into the industry because we just love Christmas. I mean, I love it. So Frankie, that's my spiel. Let's hear about you.
yeah, we love Christmas.
Yay.
Let me see. My name is Frankie Morales. I'm from St. Nick's Christmas Lighting Decor. I'm our CEO and top salesperson. And for a long time, I was our only salesperson, raking in all the money. So my lifelong career has been, I've always been the moneymaker for every organization that I have either created or been a part of. And
Rough life.
it's making the money. Yeah. So I appreciate inviting me on to talk about some money-making strategies and just some things that I learned in our industry and outside of our industry that I brought in. Because I wasn't born in this industry. My background is publishing. I've been a media publisher all of my life, both editorially, advertising, print magazines, and digital capabilities. I'm launching a new site called CaliforniaListings.com coming. It launches on 4/3/21. I like to think I'm a marketing guru as well, which makes our displays more interactive and fun for some of the clientele. And that's what I sell them on, the marketing aspect of it, not just how pretty and shiny it looks, you know? So I'm from LA. I'm a native Angelino. I lived in New York for a short stint, which makes me a badass in the streets, I think. No? Can't say that on live? I don't know.
You're allowed to say whatever you want on here. This is Facebook Live.
All right, but I work hard and I also play hard and like to have fun. But yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Well, that's amazing. So tell me a little bit about how you came to St. Nick's. Like, what were you doing before this? Why Christmas though? Like, that's the big question mark. Everyone asks me, like, well, what do you do the rest of the year? So why did you come into Christmas? What was your path?
So, like I mentioned, I've been in publishing for 20 plus years. I start really young as a young entrepreneur, launching my own products early on. Nick Adams, who's the founder and founder of St. Nick's, who started this company in 1998, was a business partner with me in one of my publications back in the days. And we kept in touch over the years as serial entrepreneurs as we grew. And I bounced from New York to West Hollywood and all over the place. We always kept in touch just because we're great business people who like talking business and shop together. He had lost.
Business owners
Yeah, I know, right?
doing businessy things.
Doing businessy things. And we all still have our other businesses, but we never stop working on Christmas. It is 24/7, 365 days a year, Christmas in our lives and our other projects, but we're leaders, right? Like we don't do everything, but we do answer all the questions and we do direct and we train and we have other people in place to run our companies. And so we're the creators and we run it, but we're not doing everything. And that's one of my lessons that I want to bring to the table today about being an entrepreneur, being a good salesperson, but also being able to business strategize to make more money. If you're the main salesperson, you have to train other people to carry on other responsibilities.
Wait, you can't do everything?
You literally cannot do it all.
Man, I've heard a little bit about delegation over the last couple of years, and that's been like my word of the year for like the last 7 years, delegate. But that word, some people hate that word.
Well, you know what though? It's like you really can't do it all. Even though you can be a jack of many trades, I believe there are a lot of people who are good at a lot of different things, and I think that there are a lot of people who can be masters of many different trades, even though that's contrary to the, you know, the saying. But um, you, I don't know how to do everything in our industry, but I found the best people to do all the other things in our industry that are really good at it, and I rely on them and I work with them to make sure that I put all the pieces of the puzzle together to make it work awesomely. And that's what you need to do. Surround yourself with good people. So it's all about how you hire too. How you interview, how you hire, how you train, how you share your legacy knowledge to train them to know the ins and outs of every project, to grow. So I don't think you can do it. I know you can't do it all, and you do need support. And it does take a village of elves to get this stuff done.
Exactly.
And it also takes a family. Like at St. Nick's, the team here, we're all family. Like we know what we're doing in each other's lives, not being totally invasive, but we care about each other, right?
Not totally
And we
invasive.
take care of each other, and we watch each other and support one another, and it translates. It translates from the business perspective to the personal, to the office, to the warehouse, to the mechanics, to the infield, and to the customer service. So
Yeah, definitely. And it shows with your everything that your business has done so far. It shows definitely in the results that you have over the last couple of years, starting from your relationship with the original owner, and then here you are now you're working together. So it's just amazing to watch that progression and to see that it's possible, right? It's possible to have multiple businesses at the same time. It's possible to delegate, and nothing fell apart, right? When you let people handle and do their jobs.
well, yeah, I mean, and you still have to monitor, right, and engage. And part of training isn't saying go ride the bike without the wheels, the training wheels, right? You still got to.
Yeah.
You are those training wheels. You are the you. Like I never set anyone up to fail. I set everyone up to succeed. And along the way, if there are some failures per se, you adjust and you figure it out together. And I question. I say, so why do you think this went wrong? What do you think we could have done better? I recommend this. What do you think? So it's an engagement and working as a team, but also, as a leader, it's like I've done enough seasons where I know what works. So let's follow this, right? Like this. How about you also have to set your own pathway for them too, so that they're not doing this type of stuff and bouncing off walls to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, because you're being the expert in the field, you're going to be the one that's going to be able to help them to get to that next level in their own career. So if somebody's really great at website development, or really great at the social media part of it, like you're going to help them to do better at that, right? You're not going to ask
Yeah.
them to go do something else, right? And
Well, and that
that's
goes
the
to
key.
to leadership and management with St. Nick's. Nick loves being in the field. He's mechanical and climbing up ladders and all that. I do not. I'm an office person. I am a customer service person. I'm the money maker. I do all the backbone stuff. Well, actually, we also have an operations director named Brenda Sheridan who handles all the other backbone stuff that we need to support both Nick and I, as business leaders of St. Nick's. So we all have our different strengths, and we all support one another in those strengths and ask for help when we need it.
That's great. We do have some people watching us, right? We're a live broadcast right now, so
Awesome.
people may want to ask some questions. So if you're listening out there in Facebook land or YouTube land, wherever you are, please bring your questions to us. Frankie is an expert in Christmas as well as marketing, business, anything at all that you guys want to know. Just bring it our way. We're here to answer questions live and to help you succeed in your businesses as well. And I know that it's definitely, you know, your personal life rolls over into your business life, right? People try to say, oh, it's two separate things. We have to keep it all separate. But that for me, like here at CLIPA, we're like a family too. We're like a little community, right? So we do know a lot about each other as well. But it's if someone's not doing well in their personal life, we want to, build them up and bring them into a place where they're feeling better about themselves, and then everyone succeeds, right? If everyone's on a good path and being positive, then the whole business just runs so much smoother. And when people are negative or in a bad place, then that's going to roll over into the business. So that's for me been a big change from moving from my previous company, as you know, over to here in the last year. It's been such a shift in in just relationships with clients and with coworkers, and everything has changed. So when you hire your, I mean, I don't know how many employees you have year round, but are you able to keep people year round, a lot of them
So
now, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question, because a lot of companies aren't built like we are. Because Nick has a couple different companies, I have a couple different companies. But with Nick's other companies, we have some apartment buildings that we renovate. So we have a whole construction team that we keep all year long. Not a large team, but there's about a good 5 to 7 on the construction team. And then with St. Nick's, year round, we have about 10 that I keep year round in the warehouse, in the office, in the field. So we have a decent sized team that we employ year round because of our other company endeavors. But you know what's so funny? You mentioned about how I just want to touch on this, how I hire. I kind of hire on, I always interview everyone and mess around with them to see how they respond back, because I want to create a vibe. I really want to create a company vibe. I want things to feel good. I want people to work together. I want you to speak the same lingo. Not exactly, and I don't hire yes people. I like people who challenge, who question, who are motivated, want to work, want to expand. Why is this way? Why don't we do it this way? I love hiring those kind of people. But I hire on vibe. I hire on energy. I like to see if, like, are you fun? Are you a hard worker? What do you care about? Right? Like, it's just important to me to really feel that vibe with our company. And those who have attitudes, or you can just tell that sometimes they're just, I don't know, like sometimes you got to move on as well, and you got to learn when to move on and follow your gut on what you want for your company and what's working and what's not.
Yeah, because you don't want any bah humbug Scrooges over there with you. That's not going to make you successful.
Not on St. Nick's Christmas Lighting and Decor. We are the happiest bunch in the world. We do like to have fun. And I think one of my biggest things with what's grown my client base so often is retention. And that's because I connect with my, clients, and I see them often, not just one time a year. Eddie, you're hired.
Eddie's coming on Wednesday with me to do the same type of interview, but he's going to talk about some other stuff. Eddie, where are you from? I can't remember where you live, but he's out of the States. But
So on the East
maybe.
Coast, right? And Eddie is really good at marketing and creating. Like, I love the way Eddie designs a lot of his company logos and branding. And then he has like another company that he started branding and logo and stickers and all this other marketing stuff that really helps create a company. Like, Eddie, I think the illusion of what you get is much bigger probably than your company. And I think that's genius. That's no knock. I think it's genius. And I think that's the way you need to play to the world and to your clientele. Show that you're bigger than anyone, than you really are. Because I think that you show that you're grand, that you are well connected, you have good branding, that it really does bring a different flair to how the pitches that you're sending out look at you.
Yeah. Oh, New York. See, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
East Coast.
Woo-hoo.
All right. Well, you can apply with Frankie right
I
here.
am hiring all the time.
He is. If
I'm
anyone's
looking
looking
for a warehouse director. Anybody who knows inventory, please.
Yeah. So anybody who wants that out here, you're in Long Beach, right?
We're in Long Beach right now. We are expanding and we're moving to a larger location. So that's TBD, but hopefully we'll sign the ink will dry on the contract this week or next week, and I'll be able to make an announcement. But it's going to be in the same vicinity. We're in Long Beach, California. Yeah.
So LA.
We service
County.
all of Southern California. We have a secondary warehouse in Hanford, California, because we do some stuff in Northern California and Central California. But primarily, we focus on Southern California. There's more than enough business to be had down here. There's more than enough business to share. By the way, my friends at CLIPA and what's your service organization now? Holiday celebrations.
Celebration Holiday Studio.
Celebration Holiday Studio. Sorry for butchering that, but you have a service.
That's okay. I butchered it.
there's room for all of us to be friends and allies, support one another, and gain great business. Because there's some things that I don't like to do, and there's some things that I would love to pass on to for other friends in the industry to do. I'm an ally. I think that there's friends. I'd like to keep as many friends as possible. I'm not one of those who believes keep your enemy closer. No, screw that. I want to keep my friends close and build a great alliance and a safety zone. So I think there's a lot of that to be happening. I'm friends with Deckerlight. I'm friends with, well, you guys obviously. I try to be friends with many people in the industry because I think there's ways we can help out. I opened up my warehouse as a wholesale division 2 years ago. I have a lot of people who come and pick and pack little parts and pieces and good stuff that I have because from my trusted vendors I sourced for years. They come to me for that. I like to grow that some more. There's lots of ways I think that we grow in our business by creating good partnerships instead of shit talking, because there's a lot of that too that happens in this little industry. And I tell you, I stay away. I will never comment back. I always take the higher road, the bigger man. And so I think that's really important to share on this, because I think I've seen a lot of CLIPA smaller installers, the way that they chime in, it's like, I thought this was to help one another. And you guys are like, okay, it might be a dumb question to you, but it's not a dumb question for someone who's starting out or needs more help, or just, we should be supporting one another. And I've helped a lot of smaller guys get started. I've sent them some of my leads. I don't do residential. I do commercial primarily. I do some residential. In COVID last year, I did a lot of residential because I need to make up some income sources, right? Some revenue sources, because we lost a lot of commercial. But if you're buying from me, I will send you leads, because there's a lot of residential leads, because we are highly SEO'd on my website, and I have a great team. Stephanie Escobar is our creative director. She has her own company, does a lot of creative things on her side hustle too, and I support that. But we have an awesome website. It's awesomely designed. It has great SEO. So I'm getting leads all the time that I don't want to throw away. I share them. So I just want to make a mention of collaboration, in community collaboration, and just helping each other out. Just be a good spirit. We're in Christmas, for God's sake.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the same thing with me over the years. I've seen so many of like the boys club, or, like the old time business owners and business people who just don't want anybody in their space. Like they're afraid to allow anybody in, like people are going to be taking from them. And there's enough business for everybody. There really is. That's been this way. We're in Southern California. Between us, like there's so much everywhere in California alone. It's like an entire country on its own, right? But outside of that too, there's business. There's so much untouched business in residential and commercial Christmas that it's definitely not a competition. Like we make it.
I think we lost volume. Can you hear me? Can you hear me though?
What the heck?
Oh, there you go. You're back.
But I'm not back on you. Hold on.
You can't hear me?
I'm just going to take this off of here.
Don't you love technology?
There I am. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Wow. I don't know what's going on. It turned itself off again. Anyway,
That's okay.
I was saying that there's so much business, not just in California, but across the country and around the world, even with Christmas, that's untouched. So residential and commercial, like we're not even really competing. Like we can bid on projects and strategically work together, and everyone benefits, right? Because I don't like to do some types of projects. You like to do some types of projects. And so, I mean, if there's communication, I mean, maybe we won't be happy about it all going the way it went, but at least we're all going to be still in business. Right?
Well, listen to this. If we're competing for the same project and it's 1 year, and then next year they go out to bid again, and someone else wins it because they have the better idea, or the client just wants to change because they've been with a company for 3 years, and they pass the baton, I mean, you should be supportive. Like the client eventually the client kind of has to move on. Granted, retention is one of my key core competencies to my business and business money-making strategies that I wanted to bring to today's live show.
The show
Live on air.
Where's the dance? Where's the dancers
right?
in the background?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just things change, and when a client chooses to go with another firm, and they get that report back, and maybe you have some intel to share so that they perform, I think you should. I think that you should set up other people for success, because there is enough business and it'll come back to you. I'm a big believer in karma, and I really do believe that the good guys finish first. And if you work hard, you will get there.
Yeah. And you don't want to be beating people down on the way. You don't have to like knock people off the staircase as you're trying to
People
climb the
talk.
stairs.
Let me tell you, people talk. I mean, clients talk. Other Christmas guys. Oh, whoa, do they talk? Like we know
A lot.
We know who you little assholes are sometimes. We know. We hear you.
We do.
We do. We watch
We
out.
do.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Anyways, so so let's talk a little bit about you were talking about the delegating off, you're talking about hiring people. In order to get to the level where you're at, like what other things have you had to implement in your business to make more money? Like what other things have you had to bring in?
So that's very interesting. So, I'm going to my 4th season with St. Nick's as a commercial installer. And before I came on board, they didn't hit the type of revenue numbers that they could have, because there are a lot of things that that St. Nick's was doing that wasn't next level stuff. And I think next level stuff comes with really creating these awesome partnerships with your clients, taking them out to lunch. I know a lot of people like doing happy hour. I personally don't like doing happy hour and getting drunk with my clients. I like learning about their family. I like taking them out. I do lunches all the time.
Yep.
I think
that's
where you really get to learn somebody and they get to see you. I think really making that connection with somebody is important. But here's the biggest thing. When I came on board, Nick was always like, you got to get the 5-year contract. I don't do whatever it takes to get the 3 to 5 year contract. I said, okay, I'll try to get the 5-year contract. That's what I do. But there's a lot of 1-year contracts. And the reasoning why he wanted to get the 3 or 5 year contract was because he was pretty uncertain if they only got 1 year, if they can get the next year. Because at that time, the sales team wasn't strong enough to rebuild and get the next year. Or the installation wasn't managed enough to make sure it was beautiful, and customer service enough with the client to make sure you got the next year. So one of my core competencies that I want to bring to the table here is that you have to provide amazing customer service. You have to have a beautiful installation. You have to have someone go and check on the installation to make sure it's fully functioning throughout the time that it's up. And you don't triple bill, you don't nickel and dime, and you give them good customer service and make sure that the installation's flawless without doing all of your fixes. You just do it. You do whatever it takes to make you look good, them look good, because they're representing a city or their complex or whatever that they're representing. And you make sure that you have the installation bright and shiny throughout the season for that little time that we have it up, because that's your money maker. So that's really important for me, is a good customer service. A lot of people they forget that. They make their money and run. And then
it's your reputation.
They put the job up and they're done. Like it doesn't start there. So if you want to grow your business, you have to maintain your base by doing all that customer service. And I promise you that they'll come back to you with wanting more. And I say that to everyone in my company all the time. And I've said this before on my other sales teams that I built, is that you retain your client base and then make them love you, and they'll buy more year. And then you go and fill in with your one-offs and your 1 years and your extras throughout the year. That's how you make more money, by growing your base.
Definitely. In my history with Decralite, those reoccurring renewals every year, that was just, you knew that they were coming, right? And then if you had the contracts in place and you have the hardest work is done when you've already done the survey, when you've already done all the counts, when you've got all the product, when you know what they want. Like that's, if you get all that done ahead of time, you're building that foundation to build on top of that every year. So those renewals were just great. I mean, it's building those relationships, I think, is the most important thing. 100%. Like if without that relationship, like for example, we messed up a lot on some jobs. And so like one job we messed up majorly, right? And because of the relationship with the client, like he called me on my cell phone 11 o'clock at night. Hey, this is going on. I'm like, okay, wait, let's just, calm down. Let's talk through it. Let's see what's going on. But if we didn't have that relationship, they wouldn't have called me on my cell phone at 11 o'clock at night, or like, in midnight on Black Friday morning, to tell me that something's not going right. Like that's part of that relationship building, and knowing that we're going to be there no matter what. Like we're going to be there to pick up the pieces if we knock them down, or if there's a mistake, we're going to fix it, because that's our reputation, and then it's our customer service, it's our relationship, and we don't want to ruin that. I mean, it's especially with commercial cities and shopping centers and theme parks and those types of people. You can't it's their job to make it look amazing, and so it's our job to assist them on how to do that. And with property managers, they're dealing with like roofers and cement people and lighting, so they love doing Christmas. Like they want to get our phone call. Like they're happy to talk to us every time.
True. Yeah. It's so funny you mentioned that. I think that like now I had a brain fart. What were we talking about?
Customer service, relationships, client retention, renewals.
Good stuff.
Money making.
Yeah, let's talk about making more money. Yes, on all that, it's very important to build those relationships, to be reliable. I know I was going to go with that. Came back. This is me in my office all the time, right? You're like, oh, squirrel. Yeah. It's funny. I just got a call from another city who got referred from another city official because they say, hey, I heard you're good at this, and we need all this. I think 180 street light poles, pole mounts. I said, oh, I was like, how many? Like 5? Because it's a small city, and they're like, no, 180. I was like, okay. Referral only comes when you give good customer service, and your reputation stands for itself. Your reputation means a lot, and it doesn't go away. These people in the cities, they don't move. They stay in these city seats for a long time. And if you're good to them and you treat them well, that they're going to refer you. And that's where you grow your money again.
Definitely. That I think is the simplest way to expand your business, is your current client base.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. So let's see. It's almost time to wrap it up. We didn't get any more questions coming through, except for Eddie's job offer. So if anyone has any questions to jump in and put in before we go ahead and close it out with Frankie, just let us know. Type something in. I wanted to know, okay, so CLIPA members, we know that you have a relationship with CLIPA and with We Sell Christmas Lights and all of us. So where can they find information about your company? Do you have a website, places, let us know about you real quick.
Please look at saint-nix.com. So st-nix.com. And on our website, it's fully loaded, has a wholesale login. You have to apply, and we have to approve it on the back end. And we do our research to make sure that you are accepted. So you can go on and find our wholesale. You can see our retail division online, but that's retail. Well, we sell direct to the people on the streets. It's not wholesale. Wholesale gets special discounts. We have our full lookbook on our website. Eddie, what's new in St. Nick's? What product to recommend for us in 2021? Our new lookbook is about to launch in the next couple weeks, so please look for our 2021 brand new lookbook with new products that we are selling that you can buy from us. We're on the West Coast, so shipping to the East Coast is a little expensive, but we can ship almost anything anywhere. And my prices on some of that stuff is so amazing that sometimes it's very much worth spending on shipping, because by the time you combine the fact of the discount with the shipping, you're paying way less than a lot of our competitors. And you know which ones that are really expensive out there. And it's good quality product. So our website has everything. Look at portfolios section 2 for actual inspiration on our installs. I don't hide our projects. Everything's on there. Don't try to steal my clients because I hear about it. And then we won't be very much friends anymore. But go look. There's for inspiration. And if you want to borrow any of my projects, images or something, send us a dedicated email. Don't just copy it. Send us an email. And most likely, because I'm so nice, we'll share.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we like to do here at CLIPA with most of our like strategic partners and our preferred vendors. We like to allow CLIPA members to ask those types of things and leave it open to give you a phone call or to email you guys and find out, if they have a question about a product or how to install something. Like, we want to be that resource for our CLIPA members and people we're training in the industry, especially when they're moving from residential to commercial. Like, having a relationship with you, as successful as you are and the expertise you have in the business, like that's definitely something to just, it really adds value to being part of this CLIPA family and community. Definitely, you have so much support. All right. How do your warm white products compare to colors of other pro warm white products out there? That's a great question. Go ahead. How do they compare?
Well, with St. Nick's, we have a specific temperature that all of our warm white products are at. And I forget that exact number. But when you buy from St. Nick's year after year, you have the same color temperature. So it's kind of a broader question because I think other companies have their own temperature from where they order from, or maybe they don't even check temperature, so they're not consistent. And with our company and our brand has always remained consistent in our coloring, our temperature of our warm white, and all of our lights, all of our garland, wreaths, and trees all come with warm white lights, mini lights in LED inside them, and it's all the same temperature. You can buy the strands, same temperature. So everything, the C9, same temperature. So our brand, we match the same temperature. So you can count on that year after year.
Yeah, and that's good too. And the reason it is for you guys is because you do a lot of installs. You're not just selling product. That's a secondary part of the company. Like you do all the installs for cities and shopping centers and places locally here in Southern California. So you're not going to put up product that's going to be different colors. You don't want half a tree that's yellow and half that looks white. Like, it's not going to work for you because that's your reputation, like we just spoke about.
And we
So
do a lot of leasing versus buying and purchasing.
yes.
A lot of leasing for our company and the way we built it. That's where we make our money. And so absolutely I have to stay consistent with the coloring because I don't want to replace the whole thing. I just want to replace the part that I'm leasing out to because that's where I make my money. I make my money in the rental, and I buy it once and then I keep on using it and I make it look good every year again, like brand new. That's where I make my money. So
Yeah, and if the product lasts, it lasts. Frankie, you're a tremendous asset to this industry. Thank you for being awesome.
thanks, Bob. Have a drink soon, y'all.
And then Kyle said that he's glad that we're on the West Coast. Finally. Yeah, well, I mean, we're here. And that's awesome. So if let's see, what else are we gonna say? Oh yeah, I always ask all of my guests, what was your childhood nickname if you had one? And if not, we'll make one up.
Well, I go by Frankie in the industry, but I was Frankie as a little kid, and I'm the third generation Frankie. But when I was growing up, I tried to become Frank, and then I tried making Frank because I want to be Frank and grow up and be the Frank, not the baby Frank, not baby
Big
Frank,
Frank, not little Frankie.
not baby Frankie. But when I moved to New York for a stint and professionally, and that's when my career grew, my boss called me Frankie because everyone's Italian and Frankie in New York. So he put on my business card, my email, Frankie. When I got everything, I was like, oh, shoot, I have to change back to Frankie. So then I just go by Frankie. It's more fun. And, you think of me like a New Yorker. You don't mess with me. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you'll ever want to take that Frank back, because Frankie's a great inspiration. You inspire me in my business, and I'm sure you're inspiring a lot of people that are watching now. So thank you so much for your everything you brought to the table today. Do you have any final last words and advice for people that are listening? Like, what would you say to them?
I would say, build your marketing materials to make you look like a boss man, boss lady when you're presenting. Have that confidence to go in there that you know all your marketing materials too, and that you present it with excitement, and you be legit about it. Because if you don't believe in your own product and what you can do, then they're gonna see that. And if you don't believe in it either, and then you install it, they're gonna see that. So always come with sincerity and honesty of your core capabilities that we can do. Don't go out try to present all these different things that you can't do. Stick to what you can do, and you'll make more money in the end.
Great. That's perfect. Do what you love. I feel like, and I hear this all the time, like, if you love your job, you're not working a day of your life. But that's so true. Like, if you do what you love and you're good at it, don't change it. Like, keep doing that, right? Do what you do well, and continue. For me, it's like investing in ourselves. So continue to invest in ourselves and invest in the companies, and we get to grow and be, bigger and better every year. So Christmas
The
comes
goal.
every year, whether we like it or not, it's coming. So get ready.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Coming
definitely.
already. Yeah.
It's already here. All right. Well, thank you so much, Frankie, for coming on. I appreciate everyone who watched. We will be back next week with Eddie Bello talking about his stuff. So thank you so much again, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.